In this episode, I wanted to talk about one of the video game industry's most iconic characters, and one that is very close to my heart, Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic the Hedgehog was the first game I ever played, or at least the first game I properly remember. I grew up with the Sega Mega Drive, and for quite some time before I moved on to another console. You can tell I was born into the blue blur just by looking at these old photos of me as a kid. I wish I still had those slippers. I'll be looking back at all the Sonic games I've played across the Blue Steel's gaming timeline, with one strict rule: only one song allowed per game. Sadly, there are quite a few Sonic titles I have not had the chance to play, and I'm sure I'm missing out on some musical gems. There are far too many Sonic games to list that I haven't touched, and the Blue Blur currently has 114 games under its belt, so yes, I am slacking a bit. If a song you love doesn't make this list, please let me know in the comments. I'd genuinely love to discover more. Maybe one day I'll try and play all of them in a future video. I'm also skipping the Mario and Sonic Olympic game series because they're not strictly Sonic titles, and Sonic Generations because that reuses classic tracks, and which would have let me to kind of cheat the one song per game rule. Right then, let's get on with the list. Coming at number 10, Windmill Isle. Love it or hate it, Sonic Unleashed is a title that I think is seriously underappreciated. The soundtrack in particular is full of absolute bangers. It was tough to pick just one, but Windmill Isle in the day has such an upbeat vibe, and it's the stage I remember the most from the game. The whole soundtrack carries this jazzy, energetic flair, which honestly made it so difficult to choose just one, but this is the track I always come back to. It's the one that stuck with me the most. Coming in at number 9, Can You Feel the Sunshine?
Can you see the sun is shining on me?
Alright, so Sonic R isn't winning any awards for gameplay, but musically, top tier. Can You Feel the Sunshine? It's just pure 90s good cheese, and I love it unironically. It's uplifting, infectious, and one of the first Sonic songs with proper lyrics. It paved the way for this series' vocal heavy future. I even saw it was performed live at Summer Sonic 2008 with TJ Davis, absolutely smashing it. And funny enough, the video clip here that you're seeing is one that I recorded back in my day when I used to work for a gaming site, and it still gives me goosebumps. Coming in, number 8, Green Hill Zone. I had you there for a second, didn't I? Yes, Green Hill Zone is an iconic track, arguably the most recognisable Sonic tune of all time, but it's not the one that made my list. Instead, I've gone for something a bit more understated, Starlight Zone. This is the only track from Sonic 1, of course, that's making an appearance here, and it was quite difficult to choose, but it earns its place of being one of the calmest, most atmospheric tunes in Sonic early history. It's effortlessly cool, no gimmicks, no chaos, just a proper toe tapper that still gives me that nostalgic, floaty feeling. A proper underrated track that deserves way more attention than it gets. Number 7, Rusty Ruin Zone Act 1. Sonic 3D on the Saturn, Sonic's first real venture into 3D, and it's not often talked about, and to be fair, for good reason. The concept didn't land, the camera was clunky, and the gameplay just wasn't exciting. But hidden in the rough is a seriously good soundtrack. Rusty Ruin Zone Act 1 in particular stands out with the gospel-esque ahs and upbeat drums and catchy piano melody. It's the kind of tune that reminds me of rainy days spent inside playing Sonic. Act 2 has a similar vibe. I recommend listening to both back to back. Number 6, Wave Ocean, The Water's Edge. Sonic 2006. Not exactly beloved when it launched. Buggy, awkward, and no match for Sonic Adventure 2. But in recent years it's built up quite a cult following. It was Sonic's first true HD outing, and while the game has its flaws, its soundtrack is surprisingly beautiful. Wave Ocean is one of those standout levels, reminiscent of Sonic Adventure, complete with high-speed beach moments and even a free willy to keep you on your toes. The music is calming yet energetic, really makes you feel like you're on the coast on a warm summer's day. Real highlight from otherwise a rocky title. Number 5. Flying Battery Zone at 1. The DLC before DLC was a thing. Sonic & Knuckles introduced Knuckles the Echidna and breathed new life into Sonic 3. Flying Battery Zone is a level that always felt a bit like Chemical Plant Zone. Loop-de-loops, platforms to cling onto, but thankfully without the stress and the rising water. The music is punchy, industrial, and perfectly suited to the level. Fun fact, the stage was originally meant for Sonic 3, but was cut and only made accessible through Sonic & Knuckles, unless you've got your hands on a really rare prototype. Number 4. Escape from the City. Sorry Not Sorry, this is going to be stuck in your head all day. Probably the most iconic vocal Sonic track ever. Sure, Live and Learn is legendary, but nothing kicks off Sonic Adventure 2 with this much energy as Escape from the City. Skateboarding downhill, chased by a truck, this is peak Sonic. Coming number 3, ending credits. Sega won't confirm it, but let's be honest, Michael Jackson's fingerprints are all over the Sonic 3 soundtrack. The credits theme especially has this smooth R&B vibe that's suspiciously similar to Stranger in Moscow. It's mellow, emotive, and completely unlike anything else in the Sonic series at the time. A perfect end to a near perfect game. Coming number 2, Studio Polis Zone at 1. This one is pure vibes. Lights, camera, action brings that jazzy neon lit energy straight from the golden age of 2D Sonic. Feels like a spiritual successor to Casino Night and Metropolis Zone. It's retro, it's funky, and it's ridiculously catchy. Sonic Mania nailed the nostalgia, and this track is a prime example of why it works so well, and why it's so high on this list. Coming in at number 1, Aquatic Ruin Zone. This was a hard one, but Aquatic Ruin Zone takes the crown. Sonic 2 is probably my favourite Sonic game, and I think it has one of the best soundtracks of the Mega Drive era. I usually hate water levels, but this one paired with the theme changed that. It's a beautiful track. Casino Night Zone was a close second. Both are among my top stages and top tunes, but there's something about Aquatic Ruin. The level design is gorgeous, like ancient Greece with vines and pillars. And if you know the right route, you can avoid going underwater entirely. Perfect stage, perfect tune. Thank you for watching my top 10. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and a comment, it really helps. More videos are coming soon, and maybe even more Sonic content. Keep it Petro.